Okay, in this video, we'll talk about the observing a live interview. This is when you accompany a field agent to do a brand new interview with a new informant. We're back to a blank screen. We're going to add a new interview by pressing the plus sign. We have this live interview here. I'm going to press on it and fill out this section. Question number 1, did the field agent follow documented process? Yes or no? If you feel like they followed their quality control process, you'd say yes. If you thought it's somebody who's not well organized at all, did a bad job, this is where you might put a no. I'll put down the informant's name. Is a Ivory Coast, Côte d'Ivoire name here. How many informants provided name? We'll say it was just one informant. Actually, let's put 2. It doesn't ask me anything different than 1. Okay, so we'll put 1. How many hours did the interview take? You can do 1.5 for 1.5 hours. How many rings were collected? Maybe, I don't know, 79 names. Were all the names provided from memory? If you select no, it will ask you, well, if they were not provided all from memory, where else did those names come from? So you could say maybe a newspaper articles and death or funeral announcement. I know those are popular, I think, in Nigeria quite a bit when somebody dies. There's an announcement, a little bit celebrating that person, telling a little bit about that person and about their family. So if there are any documents like that were used, this is what you would note. We're going to be asked to take a photo with the informant. So we want a picture of you with that informant. So if you can ask the field agent to take that photo for you. And we'll pretend the field agent is taking a photo of me and the new informant. You can take a photo of the first page of the name collection form that field agent used. If for some reason they didn't use our official form, take a photo of whatever document or paper they used to collect the names. Then the last page of that new interview collection form. Pretend again we're taking a picture of that. Okay. And then any additional info, anything else you want to tell us about how the new live interview went, you can type here. Okay. And so this is pretty simple and not much being asked here. So I'm going to push the check mark at the top right. Now you'll notice it says completed, but we don't have a folder name. It just says live interview. We do want the name of that folder. And that folder name, as most of you know, I hope, all of you, you can get that from the field agent. He'll take a look at his mobile phone app used to do the name collection and give you that folder name. So this is how you do it. You would press with your finger, you would press down on the words live interview and hold down your finger, and this window will pop up. And you can type in the interview name. So type in the folder name. Uh-oh, what's going on? There we go. It will look something like that. You can push the little check mark on the keyboard of the phone. Here we are. Now we have the live interview. If you want to do a second live interview, you would just click the plus button again. It will add a second interview. I believe there's a way to delete an accidental second live interview, you should be able to swipe to the left. There will be a little garbage can that you can press to delete it. But let's just go ahead and... Yeah, you'll notice here that this is a good thing to see. If we create a new interview, or anything else for that matter, most of the time we've created a new folder or a new interview. If you go back out of it and you're not done filling out the information, and then we go back in, it adds these -1s. Don't be alarmed by that. You can just delete that and put in the correct number. So we'll put in a name here. How many informants provided names? We'll go 2. And if there were 2 informants, I don't know, I'll put 2 names up there. How many hours did the interview take? We will say 2.5 hours. How many names or RINs were collected? 189. Were all the names provided from memory? We'll say yes, and then we'll take some photos again. So let me take some photos real quick. Okay, I've taken the photos. This is actually fully completed now. Press the check mark. And we'll press down on the live interview so we can type in our folder name. Press the little check mark on the keyboard. Press outside of the box to make it go away, and now we have 2 new live interviews. Going to hit the back button, and oh, looks like we have a problem here. We're at 94% complete. So let's go back and see if we can find what the problem is. Everything's filled out here. Oops, you see it took the check mark off, so we want to come back in and press the check mark at the top right, and it will add the check mark again. Okay, and this is what was missing, right? Did the field agent follow documented process? I forgot to fill that out. That's why we were getting 94%. So we'll say yes, and I'll do the check mark again. And let me show you that one more time where we lost the check mark. So if I hit the back key, we're at 100%. If I go back in here because I want to make sure that I didn't forget something, and if I forget to click the check mark again and I just hit back, it will take off the check mark. And if I go back out one more screen, we'll actually still think it's 100%, but you may get an error. So just to be safe, let's make sure we have this check mark back in here by clicking at the top right. And now we're back to check marks. We just want to avoid any problems that way. I'll talk to the programmer to see if that can be fixed in update at some point. So this is the end of the observing live interviews.